Hello students, so today's topic is periodic table. The keywords for this subtopic is periodic function, groups, periods, valency, alkali metals, alkaline earth metals, transition metals, chalcogens, halogens, noble gases, lanthanoids, actinoids. And the lesson objectives are to deduce the position of an element by using the electronic configuration and vice versa. It means you can use the electronic configuration to get the position as well as you can get the electronic configuration by using the position. So both ways, position to electronic configuration or electronic configuration to position of the element in the periodic table. Now what you need to take care during this subtopic is like the use of keywords. So you must use those keywords and must understand them, like to relate things and to understand the perspective. And the IB recommended periodic table, if you use it, is better because sometimes the students make mistake in like getting the mass number and the proton number. So they due to the different format of like scientific notation, they make mistake, the symbol notation, I mean to say, like 6C13. So that means 6 is a proton number, 13 is a mass number. So sometimes the students take it other way around, like if they are not following the same pattern of the periodic table or same type of periodic table. So it is always recommended that you use IB recommended periodic table. The TOK relation, so is the development of modern periodic law and table of elements the pursuit of challenging the ideas leading to the new, more accommodating ideas. So that is the TOK question for this. The connections, the understanding of periodic table and elements. So it helps in utilization of the properties in various subjects and processes. So if you understand the properties, it is easier like to relate to apply it into various processes. The modern periodic law, which is the basis of the modern periodic table. So the properties of elements are periodic function of increasing atomic number. So this is the modern periodic law because it is based on atomic number, whereas in Mendeleev's periodic table it was atomic mass. So that is the major difference between Mendeleev's periodic law and modern periodic law. So modern periodic law is based on increasing atomic number because elements are like they are classified or they are like placed in increasing order of their atomic numbers. So that is why the properties of elements are periodic function of increasing atomic number. So when they are placed in according to increasing atomic number, they are coming into the same groups, vertical columns with the similar properties. So the classification in such a way. The modern periodic table contains 18 vertical columns, so that means 18 groups, and 7 horizontal rows, that means periods. So total 18 vertical columns if you see, and that is why I recommended that from 1 to 18 type of means table which has 1 to 18 groups like in the periodic table. So that is recommended, and 7 horizontal rows. So every periodic table, the modern periodic table is having 7 periods. Elements in same groups possess similar chemical properties. What does this mean? It means they have same number of valency electron. If the same number of valency electrons are there, then they are falling into same like vertical column. So for example, this first group, all are alkali metal in first group, so they have similar properties. The second group element, like second vertical column, are all alkali earth metals, so they are similar. This last group, if you see, they are all noble gases. So that means elements in same groups possess similar chemical properties. That means they have same number of valency electrons. So I gave you the general names. So group 1 is known as alkali metals, group 2 is known as alkaline earth metals, group 3 to 12. So the middle table, that is like transition metals. Group 13, the right side upper like vertical columns. So group 13 is known as boron family, group 14 is known as carbon family, Group 15 is known as nitrogen family. These families, like why we are used, because these are the top elements of that group, like the starting element of that particular group. So that is why we call it group 13 as boron family, because it starts from boron. Group 14 is carbon family because it starts with carbon. Group 15 is known as nitrogen family because it starts with nitrogen. Group 16 is known as chalcogens, and group 17 is known as halogens. So basically we will be using more group 17, group 18, group 1 and group 2, and in between transition metals also we use majorly. Now these elements are there for alkali metals. So group 1, lithium, which is atomic number 3, sodium, which is atomic number 11, potassium, which is atomic number 19, rubidium, which is atomic number 37, cesium, which is atomic number 55, francium, which is atomic number 87. This francium is radioactive actually. This is radioactive. That is why in chemical properties we never use francium, because it is difficult to study the chemical properties of radioactive substances, because it is dangerous to handle. Group 2 elements, they are known as alkaline earth metals. So these elements are beryllium, atomic number 4, magnesium, atomic number 12, calcium, atomic number 20, strontium, atomic number 38, barium, atomic number 56, radium, atomic number 88. So that's these are the elements of like group 2. Group 13 to 12 are transition metals, the middle table. It starts like this is, if I say this table, this is 3D series, this is 4D series, this is 5D series, and this is 6D series. So that's how it is. So this starts, 3D series starts from scandium and it ends with zinc. So these group 3 to 12 are transition metals. However, zinc is not considered as transition elements. Why zinc is not considered as? Because in zinc all the cells, they are completely filled. Means all the subcells or all the like orbitals of d subshell are completely filled. That means there is no transition in d subshell in zinc. That is why it is like not considered as transition elements, because it has the configuration at end 3d10. So there is no incomplete d subshell, so it does not like have any transition in d subshell. D electrons are not under transition. That's why it is not considered as like transition elements. You need to take care based on what we discussed in electronic configuration. Copper is 3d10 as well, because in this we have seen that 4s electron goes to 3d. It was originally 3d9, but because of stability we changed it to 3d10. Similarly for chromium, it has 3d5. Initially it was 3d4 and changed to 3d5. This was 3d9 changed to 3d10. So that was the accommodation for stability we did. Now moving further, group 13 are boron family. We have already discussed them. These are the pictures of these elements. I designed all these posters myself. So group 15, nitrogen family. This is an like newly discovered element. This is also newly discovered element. Group 16, chalcogens. Group 17, you all know these halogens. So this astatine is radioactive. That is why in halogens you never use astatine. So this is like tennessine is a newly discovered synthetic halogen. This is newly discovered synthetic halogen, tennessine. So both of these, they are not included so far in our textbooks and our syllabus. Group 18, noble gases. We also call them inert gases because they do not take part in chemical reaction, with few exceptions of xenon. So helium, the uses in hot air balloons, glow lights, then argon in welding to keep inert atmosphere, krypton in glowing, radon in diagnosis, medicinal chemistry or medicines, or like in hospitals. And this is a newly discovered noble gas, so this will not be in part of our chemical properties. Now physical and chemical properties are different across the period. Why it happens? Because valency electrons are different. As soon as the valency electrons are similar, they are falling into same vertical group. That means the same number of valency electron, same chemical properties. But across the period, the physical and chemical properties are different because the similar valency electrons are not there. They are increasing one by one. The elements possess the outermost electron in a particular subshell. So starting from, if suppose we start from sodium, so sodium is S subshell 3s1, magnesium 3s2, aluminum 3p1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ending to argon. So that way the electronic configuration changes across the period. The group 1 and 2 belongs to S subshell, as I told you, and known as S block element. So for example, like sodium, so sodium is S block. Why? Because it is 3s1. Magnesium is group 2, that is what? 3s2. So they both ends in S subshell, and that is why they are S block elements. So group 1 and 2 are S block elements. Group 3 to 12 belongs to D subshell. D subshell, and they are known as D block elements, and they are also called as transition elements, as I discussed in beginning. Transition elements or transition metals. Group 13 to 18, right side, they are called as P subshell elements, or we call them P block elements, because their last electron enters into P subshell. So for example, like aluminium. So what happens in case of aluminium? Aluminium is 13. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 and 3p1. So if you see, this is last electron enter into P subshell, that is why it is what? P block element. The elements in two separate horizontal tables or rows at the bottom of the periodic table, they are known as F block elements. The 14, because F subshell contains 7 orbitals, and that is why each orbital can carry 2 electrons. So total 14 elements in 2 rows, horizontal rows. So 4f and 5f series, and these elements are known as lanthanoids and actinoids. So if I take you back to the periodic table, it will be easier for you to understand that. So this one, so this is lanthanoid 4f, and so this is 4f and this is 5f. So that's how it is. So that's students, here this is a small topic, but the informations are quite important, because this whole topic needs the basis, and that basis is here, like in this subtopic, so the periodic table. So in a nutshell, if I just quickly recap it, so the periodic table, the modern periodic law based on increasing atomic number, and then what next? The groups. The vertical columns are groups, horizontal rows are periods. Vertical columns have similar properties because they have same number of electrons. Across the period, they have different number of electrons in the outermost shell. That is why their physical and chemical properties are different. And the properties, they are similar across the vertical columns. The S block elements, first two groups, then group 3 to 12, they are transition metals. Group 13 to 18, they are P block elements. because their last electron enters into p subshell. And the bottom two horizontal rows, they are, each one is 4f and 5f series, and that is why 4f is known as lanthanoids, because it is post lanthanoid, and 5f series is known as actinoids because it is post actinoids. So total 14 elements in each of the 4f and 5f series. So that's this topic ends. I hope you might have understood it. If you want to, you can pause and recap and then go back. Like, and the keywords, they are very important. I know that you will really take like note of them, and then try to use them on and often, and to get the like hold of this topic. Thank you very much, guys.